Are you looking for bite-sized videos when it comes to topics like WordPress and blogging? If yes, then Blogging Unplugged Clips is for you. Hello guys, I'm Jasmeet, and on this channel I will be sharing clips from my main channel Blogging Unplugged almost every single day. Now if you are into bite-sized informational content, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. And with that said, let's dive into the video. Now, after the theme export feature, the next topic that we are going to discuss is the improvements to the block patterns. Now, there are quite a few improvements that have been introduced for the block patterns, and the first one that we are going to discuss is the prioritization of blocks of the block patterns over individual blocks. So, what I mean by that is now before WordPress 5.9, if you have been using basically the block editor to create pages and posts, then you must be familiar with that. When you will click this inserter right over here, which is called the quick inserter, it will show you blocks, okay, individual blocks, and on searching it will show you the image block right over here and patterns right over here. This is the default behavior in WordPress 5.9. Now this has changed in WordPress 6.0, and now when you will search for a block, it will show you block patterns only. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is WordPress 6.0. So you can see this is a very similar template to this one. I have removed the footer, and I'll tell you the reason why I've removed the footer, but let me show you what exactly I was talking about first. So let me click this quick inserter right over here, and the first thing that you will see is it asks you to add a footer because this page is basically missing the footer. So this is the first thing. The second thing is when I will search for image right over here, it does not show me the image block. It will show me the block patterns. Now the reason behind this is block patterns are often ignored by us. Okay, I personally, I just forget using block patterns because I just do not, uh, you know, uh, I haven't used them that much. Let's just say that, and that must be the case with most people as well. So in case you are new to WordPress and you are not familiar with using blocks, then block patterns gives you a good kickstart that you need to start creating your pages. And this is a good way. They have already created these patterns that you can use, and these are easy to customize as well, so people can use this. So this is the first reason why they are prioritizing block patterns over single or individual blocks. Now it is important to know here that this feature will only work if this block, which is right over here, is a direct descendant of the page. By direct descendant of the page, I mean it can be in between two areas, which is the header and the footer. I will add the footer and show it to you. And it shouldn't be inside a node or a container block or a group, whatever you can call it. Okay, so this is one condition. So let us add a footer right over here. So it shows us footer. Let's just add this footer. This is the empty space. Let's just click this, search for image once again, and you can see right over here it shows. Okay, so this is basically the change for you, where right now WordPress is prioritizing block patterns over individual blocks. Now the next new feature that has been introduced in the block patterns is its registration using the patterns folder. Now what this feature actually does is it allows you to basically register patterns for your theme using a PHP file that you will store, or that you can store in the patterns directory. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. The code snippet that you will need, which is this one, is right here in this article. It is in the description box below. Okay, I will be creating a separate video on this topic where I will be talking about this code snippet and everything. So if you cannot replicate this while following this tutorial, make sure to subscribe, because I am about to write an article on it, and I will create a subsequent video for it as well. Okay, so for this, what you will have to do is, first of all, you can see right over here I have created this I have just added this block. Basically I've done nothing. I have just added an h1 right over here. You can see this is an h1. The text color is black and background is blue, because so that we can recognize it right over here. This pattern will show up right over here somewhere. So for the visibility thing, for so that it can be easily, easily visible. That is why I have added a background color to it. Now in the next step, what you will have to do is you will have to, create a notepad file. So the first step is just go in here, create this notepad file just like this. Go to this article which is on WordPress 6.0 that I've written. It's in the description box below. Again, copy this code snippet right over here. This is basically the patterns header, and it contains the meta information that you can see right over here. It will tell WordPress about what exactly is this pattern about. Okay. So you will have to place it right over here. In the next step, you need to press enter keys like this. Go back, edit this block that we have created that we want to use as pattern as HTML. Done. Okay, this is the code of basically this pattern. You can see right over here. If I edit it visually, this is the pattern and this is its HTML. Now what I'll have to do is I'll have to copy this, go back, paste it right below this. Okay, so this is the complete file that we need, and now we will have to save it in the patterns folder in the theme directory. Okay, let me show you. So let's just click save as right over here. So you can see there is no patterns folder right over here. So I'll create a new patterns folder. Open, and I will name it as my new pattern.php. Now this is a PHP file, so you will have to save it with the extension .php. Click save right over here, and we'll minimize this file right now because I will show you why. I'll give you the reason why I have not closed this file. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this heading because we are going to add it using this pattern right over here. Save it as draft, refresh this, click right over here, patterns is right over here. You can see right over here. Okay, so this is the pattern that we have registered. It is right over here. Okay, so this is basically how you will register patterns using the patterns folder uh, in WordPress 6.0. This is the ability that WordPress 6.0 is giving you. So now what you can do is basically you can create multiple patterns, and for your theme, and if you want to move these patterns from use these patterns on other themes as well, or on your other sites as well, you can do that easily. Okay, so this is another change that you will see, or this is another new feature that has been introduced for block patterns in WordPress 6.0. Now, after registering the theme patterns using the patterns subfolder, the next topic that we are going to discuss is the page creation patterns in WordPress 6.0. Now we all have created pages using WordPress, and when you click that add new button, what it does is it lets you start off with a blank canvas. Now many a times when I was starting out back in the day, it was a huge problem as I didn't understand how to use WordPress editor properly. So many people face problems because they are not that familiar with the blocks, and that is why creating a page from scratch is a bit of a struggle. Now to help with this, what WordPress is doing is, now when you will be creating pages using in WordPress 6.0, it will display a pop-up that will have patterns in it. You can select those patterns and then start building your page from there. It is a huge help. Now, one thing that you will have to keep in mind here is that this feature is right now disabled, and the reason behind this is that none of the patterns right now support, the post content block type. So until and unless even a single pattern doesn't have this support for the post content block type, this pop-up will not appear. Now to show you this, what I am going to do is I'm going to edit the same same patterns file that we have just created when we were registering patterns using the patterns subfolder. So what I am going to do is I'm going to declare support in that. Now there are multiple ways to declare support for the block types, but this is just one way of doing it, and I am doing this just to show you the how this feature actually works. And we'll create a separate tutorial on this, and you can basically like and subscribe if you want to. And in the coming days I will show you exactly how you can do that. So basically right now what I am going to do is I am going to take you to this blog post right over here that contains the code snippet. So you can see right over here, this is the code snippet that we used in the pattern, and this is the page creation patterns code snippet. Basically this is the header for the post content type. So let us first compare both of these things. So you can see right over here, we are missing the support for the post content block types here in this new my pattern that we have included. Okay, so what I am going to do is I'm going to copy this right over here. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it right over here. Now I'm pasting it because I just want to show you that these look exactly the same. Okay, this looks exactly the same as this. Now I'm going to save this file. I have saved this file. Now I'm going to go back to the pages right over here. I'm going to add a new page. And what you will see here is that this is the pattern that we have created. Now let me open this file right over here. The title is hello. You can see right over here, and I can select this, and this is the same pattern that we registered using the patterns subfolder. Now again, there are multiple ways using which you can basically declare support for block types, but the thing is that I'll do a separate video for that because this is an individual topic in itself. So this is the change that you will see. This is the new page creation patterns. Now remember, this thing does not work in post. This is just for the pages. Now I hope you have found this video helpful, and if you did, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notification bell. In case you have any queries, feel free to comment down below and I will try and help. Also, the links to our socials are in the description box below. Make sure to follow us on other platforms as well. And with that said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.